Hey guys, so we're starting another Honda Helix video. Basically I want to strip everything down, all the panels and everything, and wash them. I want to wash the bike also underneath all the panels. It's pretty dirty, as you can see. So once everything's washed, I want to see what I need to replace. So I already started. I got these lower panels, this side and this side off. They're right here and here. So I'm gonna get everything, all the panels stripped off, and I'll show you what we're looking at once everything's stripped down. All right, so as you can tell, we have plastics everywhere. Don't mind the Mini Cooper, we'll get to that later. Plastics everywhere. And there it is. You know, it looks kind of cool with the plastics off, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I mean, it's not like super dirty, but it's definitely needs like a clean up. Definitely needs a clean. So I'm probably gonna get my shop vac first and vacuum whatever I can, and then what is this? It's a bolt over here that's just sitting. I'll get that out anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna vacuum everything up first, and then we'll rinse it down. I got it all rinsed off. I sprayed it all down with Simple Green, and then rinse it off. And I use my leaf blower. Sorry, use my leaf blower to get as much of the water off as I can, because I don't want it just sitting on the bike. Basically at this point it'll have to air dry, but let's see. Let me get all the masking off where I covered, and let's see if it'll hopefully start still. I was doing a few other things, so it's been sitting here drying. I put the battery back in. Let's see if it'll start. Oh no, no power. Oh, right, because there's no fuses connected. Duh. All right, 1 second. Okay, there we go. I connected the fuse box again, so that's better. All right, let's see. Nice. Starts right up still. All right, so I'm gonna let it idle for a few minutes just to get some heat through the system, and then we'll shut it off. It was idling for a few minutes and got the temp and everything, so that's all good. I'm gonna look around and see what I need to do next. I know this carb isolator thing is something people replace. Mine's pretty hard, but it's not cracked, it doesn't look like. I'll inspect it though. I need to do all the fluids. Gear oil, engine oil, coolant, brake fluid, all those. So we'll do all those. But before I do all that, I think I want to remove the gas tank and clean it out. I know it has some rust on it, so I want to clean all that rust out and everything. I did notice there's like a belly pan, which is pretty rusty. So I'm gonna drop that belly pan also and clean it up and paint it. So we'll probably start with the belly pan. So we'll get that off and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I got the under tray for the where the gas tank is off. As you can tell, I was wire wheeling this, just get most of the rust off. And there's some little pinholes here, you know, because it rotted through, but it's still solid. So I thought about cutting out metal and welding on a new piece, but I mean, it's nothing structural. It's just like I guess you could call it like a skid plate for the gas tank. So I'm gonna leave it like this, and I'm not gonna weld in any new metal. Maybe later on if it gets worse. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna treat this first with some OSFO, and I'm gonna put like a rust paint over it, and then we'll just call that good. So I'm gonna do that now. Excuse me. I'm gonna do that now, and I put some new like vacuum lines on the carburetor. The old ones weren't like too bad, but they're 40 years old, so I figured why not. So put some of those on. And yeah, let's get some OSFO onto there. All right, let's see. It's been a while since I used this. I used it last on my NB when I was fixing the rocker rust. Just gonna put a little bit here. Okay, and let's just brush it around. I should wear gloves, but I'm not gonna touch it, so. Okay, so that should treat the rust and make it not do rust stuff anymore. So we'll leave that and come back in like a few days, I guess. See how it looks and throw some rust paint on it. Let's get the gas tank out and clean it out. I got some vinegar from Dollar General that I'll be using. So let's get the gas tank out and clean that out. There's a little bit of rust in there, so. All right, we'll start with draining whatever gas is still in here. Jeez. Okay. I put that on tight. Yep, still some gas in here, so get that out first. All right, I'll let that drain and I'll get the gas tank out and I'll be right back. Gas tank is out. It's quite dirty, some rust and stuff, so I'm gonna deal with that also. Now I gotta get this off and this. Okay, I needed 2 hands for this, but this is off now. Just pried it off. I remember with the sending unit, you gotta kind of hit this with a flathead and then it'll come out. So I'm trying to get the fuel sending unit out, and this float just does not want to come out, like, at all. Don't know why. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'll just figure that out. Well, guess I'm gonna be looking for a new float or something, because that did not want to come out. And now I gotta figure out how to get the rest of it out. Fell in there. So that'll be fun. All right, I got the other end of the float out. I ended up breaking it apart with this long drill bit and my hammer. It's actually not terrible in there. Kind of hard to see, but I mean, it's definitely still rusty, but not as bad as I originally thought. So I mean, oh, there we go. So yeah, I mean, it's still pretty rusty, but not as bad. So yeah, we'll get vinegar in here and let it soak, and we'll see what happens. So as you saw, I filled this with vinegar, let it soak and do its thing. I repainted all the rust with the rust killer paint. I put this back on. So if you can see now, it did. That's WD-40 over there. It did pretty decent. I mean, it's not bad. I gotta get this WD-40 out of there, but otherwise, yeah, it's not bad. I put the WD-40 in there just to prevent it from flash resting too much, but let's get the tank and back in. I put the under tray in already, so that's all good. So I'll get the tank in now. Alrighty, I've got the gas tank in and the under tray. So now at this point, I have to wait for some parts before we can continue. So I'll get back with you when I have the parts and I'll show you what I got. I got the new fuel level sender in. It's from eBay, nothing special. The arm is a little bit shorter than this one. Not by much, but just very slightly. And I was gonna take the float off and move it to that one, but I started like marring it up and I don't know, this thing's on there good, so I'll just put it in. We'll see what happens. I think it should be okay. So yeah, let's get this in the tank. Okay, got the new one in. The wire colors are a bit different, like they kind of reversed, but it fit. And I turned it on and it was showing empty, which it is empty. So I'm gonna put some gas in there and make sure it's okay. So we'll see where it reads then.
Bruh.
Okay, so that's all the maintenance pretty much done. I had to add this rebuild clean carb because so I know there's a gas smell coming from it once I park it after riding it around. And I noticed that, let me see if I can somehow get a good angle of this. Let's see. It's hard to see, but in the back of the carburetor bowl, it's dripping fuel. So I'll just pull the carburetor, and I'll have to re-gasket it, rebuild it, all that. So we'll do that. Before I do that though, I want to get most of the plastics back on, because I don't really need to mess too much with those with anything else now. So everything will be on the carb. So yeah, let's get most of the plastics on. I've also got some LEDs for all around the bike, so let's get those in. I guess we'll start with the back, the 2 turn signals and the brake light and tail light. Okay, the low beams weren't working before, but now we have some. Show you. Low beams. Looks good. And the high beams. Cool. Alright, I got the LED bulbs and the turn signals in the back. Let's see what it does. They say they're supposed to be error-free, but we'll find out. Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. I don't think they're error-free. Alright, well, guessing we need to put a flash or relay in. So, I got these. We'll try one of these and see what happens. Okay, I got the Amazon one on right here. This is the one that came off the bike. I'll have to transfer that over if it works, but let's see if it works. Okay, seems to work. That's good. Yeah, that seems good. It has a little bit of a delay when you press it. Nothing crazy though. But yeah, that'll work. Cool. I'll get that mounted up. I'm getting all the plastics on right now. And I just want to show you guys real quick. I got the front LEDs in also. So this is just the running lights with LED. And then a lot brighter. So not sure if you guys noticed in the last clip, but here's a clip of the issue I'm having with the front turn signals. When I turn on one side, the other side also flashes a little bit. So I researched a little bit, and I think I found a fix. So hopefully the next clip will be the fix. Okay, so the turn signal issue with LEDs has been fixed. I'll show you. So that's a lot better. Not only that side flashes, and that side doesn't, and opposite, so that's good. Basically what I had to do is, as you can tell, it's not making the click anymore when it's blinking. Back in here, right there, that is in the 1986 Helix, which is what I have, has a separate like clicker relay thing. And I read on the Honda Helix Facebook forum, shout out to them, that if I unplug that, it won't do it anymore. And so I did. So I mean, that was easy fix. I do kind of miss the blink, but I figure if I wanted again, I can maybe put diodes in line, so we'll see. But for now, it's good. I'm gonna finish getting the rest of the plastics on. All right, so all the plastics are on. So that's good. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take the carburetor off and clean it out, rebuild it. Just because it's leaking on the back, I'm pretty sure the bowl gasket O-ring is not great, so I have new ones coming in. So that'll be in the next video. Once I get those in, take the carb off and clean it up. So yeah, I'll have more videos on this. Once I get those parts in, and we'll get that carb cleaned up and resealed. So thanks for watching.